Penguins fans are livid at this, and I am livid at Tristan Jarry. I'm also livid that trading Rickard Rakell would even be a consideration. Michael Bunting might be the hottest goal scorer in the NHL, and Erik Karlsson is giving us the full Erik Karlsson experience, playing another vintage Erik Karlsson performance tonight. And that's Penguins Erik Karlsson vintage performance, because I'm going to tell you exactly what that means in this video of Penguins Digest. The Penguins just lost 4-3 to the Columbus Blue Jackets in the shootout, and we have a lot to talk about on this episode of Penguins Digest. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more Pittsburgh Penguins content, and we have it here on Penguins Digest. This video is going to be me livid, because Penguins fans are livid. And I can tell you for a fact, because I know I am not the only Penguins fan that just sat here and yelled at my television for the last 2.5 hours. Let's talk about it before I lose my voice entirely. Blowing another lead. They cannot seem to get out of their own way. They will play well enough to get the lead and then proceed to blow it every single time. The last two games in particular. Carolina is a very good team. When you get a multi-goal lead against Carolina, you don't take your foot off the gas pedal. And when you're winning a game that you should win against a team like the Columbus Blue Jackets, I know they've been decent this year. They had not won in Pittsburgh for 15 games. It took them 16 games to win a game in Pittsburgh. And it happened tonight, courtesy of our wonderful goaltender and defense. If we take a little rewind back to before this game even happened, we could talk about what bonkers news came out before the puck drop, and that is Evgeni Malkin being injured. Something that I heard nothing about coming into this game. But yes, Evgeni Malkin did not play. So this was a big loss for the Penguins. Not that he's been playing his best hockey lately, but he's a leader for this team. A guy that we rely on to set the tone. And we didn't have Evgeni Malkin. No excuses. Again, hasn't played the best lately anyways. But not having him kind of sucked tonight when we had needed somebody to come through in a big moment. And the only guy that could do that is Rickard Rakell. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But oh my gosh, guys. Malkin is out. That's one blow. Okay, then we get another blow, and that's Tristan Jarry giving us the full Tristan Jarry experience yet again tonight. That guy's 5-hole was the size of Jupiter tonight. He couldn't stop anything. If they went 5-hole, it went in. If they went 5-hole, it went in, especially in the shootout. They had 2 goals. They were both the exact same shot from the exact same spot in the exact same spot, and that's Tristan Jarry's gaping 5-hole. The first goal of the game gave me a good tell about Tristan Jarry and his 5-hole tonight, because that thing went right through. And then in the shootout, both of the goals, same spot, right down the middle. Strike. And let's look at the board, because this is really what tells the story, and it's not just Jarry. I'll complain about Jarry when I want to complain about Jarry, because I really do think he should have stopped some pucks tonight, but he didn't. And Elvis Merzlikins played out of his mind. That didn't help. But look at the chart. These are the goals that were scored against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Where are those goals scoring from? I think there might be a little bit of a pattern there. Why are all the goals occurring right in the area we're not supposed to allow players to be in? Yeah, so that happened. Every goal that the Blue Jackets scored was directly in front of the net. Defensemen weren't pushing guys out of that area, and yeah, the Blue Jackets did a pretty good job at converting on those opportunities, specifically one player that scored twice tonight, and his name is Dmitry Voronkov. A guy that I honestly hadn't heard of going into this game. I'll be completely honest with you. He scored twice. And Adam Fantilli scored as well from the slot area that you see on that beautiful graph there. The shots on goal can be very deceiving in this game, because I'll be completely frank with you. The Penguins had just as many shots as the Blue Jackets. For whatever reason, they weren't registering shots for a little while. There were shots on goal. I watched them. They didn't count them. They didn't count them. And then, for whatever reason, the shots looked really lopsided, but it really wasn't. And again, the goals that Jarry led up, I'm not blaming him entirely, because players shouldn't be right in front of the net tipping pucks in. So Tristan Jarry can't be fully to blame, but I will say in the shootout, for something as predictable as what happened to happen, you have to be pretty naive to not know exactly where they're going to put the puck, or at least try to put the puck, and Jarry didn't have an answer for it. So the Penguins lost in a shootout, and let me just tell you the stat that I was writing down as this game was going on, because it's absolutely ridiculous that the Penguins continue to do this to us. This is the 6th time in their last 11 games that they needed extra time. 6 times in 11 games that they needed at least overtime, if not a shootout. 3 straight games that required extra time. That also happened with a 5-game gap right here. 3 games that went to overtime or shootout, 5 in there, and then 3 more that went to overtime or a shootout, this being the 3rd. That's 6 in the last 11 games. How does this keep happening to us? We cannot trade Rickard Rakell is the one thing I know for sure after watching that game. That guy is a monster, and he can shoot the puck. Oh my, he's on pace for almost 40 goals this year. He had one of the most beautiful shots I think I have ever seen tonight against Elvis Merzlikins, and then Sidney Crosby set him up again, and he blasted one home against Elvis, who was playing out of his mind, by the way. Elvis Merzlikins deserves a lot of credit. Again, shots on goal were bogus. They were not accurate. If you look at those shots on goal, you think Columbus carried the shots on goal. That is not the case at all. Merzlikins was standing on his head, and I mean literally, and Tristan Jarry did not battle him out. In a goalie battle, a goalie duel, whatever you want to call it, Jarry lost. He was laying on the ground. His sword was over there. His helmet was over there. And that was that. So Tristan Jarry did not help us out very much tonight. But Rickard Rakell did. And Rickard Rakell is a beast. And I love Rickard Rakell. He cannot be traded. I talked about trades last video. Marcus Pettersson is on the trade block. People are also saying Rickard Rakell should be on the trade block. He should not be on the trade block. And I'll tell you, tonight is exactly why. That guy is the best goal scorer on the team. And you need him. You can't take another star winger away from Sid. You took away Gensel. You can't take away Rakell. He is staying put. I'm telling you. Can't trade him. Can't trade him. Erik Karlsson giveth and he taketh away. That is the Erik Karlsson experience. We talk about the Tristan Jarry experience. Well, let me tell you about the Erik Karlsson experience. Since he came to Pittsburgh, there's one thing this guy is good at. Turning the puck over. That's probably his best trait. His second best trait is getting assists. Love him for that. Great playmaker. He sets up plays, okay? But his best trait is turnovers. And tonight we saw it again. Some masterclass Erik Karlsson turnovers and some masterclass Erik Karlsson assists. He giveth and he taketh away. He does good things and you're like, wow, this is the guy we traded for. This is the guy we're paying $12 million a year to be on our team. And then he turns the puck over and he turns it over again. And without fail, he just does Erik Karlsson things. And this is the Erik Karlsson that we got. This is the Penguins version of Erik Karlsson. This isn't the Norris Trophy winning superstar defenseman that we traded for. This is the Erik Karlsson that giveth and taketh away. And that's all I can really say. Because if I really get deep into this Erik Karlsson conversation, I might just pop a blood vessel in my forehead. So we're not going to go there. But what we will do is look at the box score tonight, because that can lead into my next topic, which is actually positive. Of course, I'm going to end on a positive. I love this team. I'm not going to end on a negative tonight. We had this game in the bag and blew the lead. So let's stop blowing leads, okay? Please. And let's stop giving everybody cardiac arrest by going to overtime every single game. That would help as well. So look at the box score. You can see the shootout was miserable, as usual. We still can't score a goal in the shootout. I don't know what it is, but all year we haven't been able to score in the shootout. And then if you look at the scoring summary, we talked about Voronkov getting the best of us. Fantilli, Rickard Rakell, and Michael Bunting are the stars of the game for the Penguins. That guy, Michael Bunting, he does some things. And when he does things, he does it on the power play. He is one of the best power play scorers in the NHL, if not the best. Rickard Rakell's red hot. Well, Michael Bunting is also red hot. And oh my, every time they go on the power play, somebody's going to score. It's probably Michael Bunting. And I'm loving it. Michael Bunting has been putting up a fight for the Penguins, and they won't go down without a fight. Michael Bunting's scoring. I mean, one way or another. This guy's points in his last video. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Next video, I'll show you guys the actual graphic of it. I was just trying to get a video out really quickly after the game because, quite frankly, I'm just fired up right now. Okay, like I said, almost lost my voice yelling at my TV. Seriously, that game got me pretty messed up, pretty livid, okay? Penguins fans are livid. We have to be. Because this is how I thought about it. This is how I explained it. It's like deja vu, okay? We watch a game, and then the next game, it's eerily similar to the last game. It's the same story every time. This team does not fail to disappoint us. The moment they start giving us a little bit of life, a little bit of hope, taketh away. Just like Erik Karlsson. He giveth and he taketh away, and that's what the Penguins are doing to us. You look at the standings, we're tied with Columbus now in points, and I'll pop that back up because it's on the right side of the screen here on this graphic. You look at the Metropolitan Division standings, 42 points for Columbus and also Pittsburgh now. They were 1 point behind us. Now we are tied, and we have effectively lost 2 games to them this season. So good job, Pittsburgh. Good job, guys. Tristan Jarry, congrats to your 5-hole tonight. You did a great job letting in 3 goals, 2 in the shootout. And the first goal of the game, which really helped set the tone for Columbus. Penguins had 2 shots in their first 15 minutes. And then after that, I could say I saw a different team. A team that should have won the game, and then they choked in the third period. So, same old, same old. Same thing, different day for this Penguins team, continuing to make me want to cry. And it sucks. It really sucks. I wanted to see the best for Crosby, Malkin, and Letang. Without Malkin tonight, hopefully he's okay. I'll give you an injury update in the next video. The only bright spots: Rickard Rakell, Michael Bunting, and obviously Sidney Crosby putting on a show as well. But Tristan Jarry, man, it's an experience. Same with Erik Karlsson. It's an experience. So stay on this roller coaster ride with me, and we will ride it to the end. Penguins fans, I respect all of you because I know what it's like. And yeah, another rough one. 4-3. Penguins lose in a shootout to the Columbus Blue Jackets. And yeah, 42 points in 42 games this season, guys. At least we're consistent. Flatlining. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Penguins Digest. We'll see you on the next one. My name is Remington Kuhn. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time. Penguins Digest. Let's go, Pens. Win or lose. Love this team.